episode of Masha Schwartz Art. Today we're actually going to be doing a Surreabstract piece using acrylic flow. And for this, I'm using a cabinet door. I talked about this in my previous video where I had a couple of these doors donated, and I painted the door with just a regular base color. You can select any color of your choice. I chose an off-white. You can use acrylic paints. You can even use your house paints that you paint the walls with. Ideally, a good quality paint is something that you would want to use for the base, but really any type of paint that creates a textured base will do. Also, I'm using a couple cardboard pieces that I found in one of my packing boxes from stuff I got from Amazon, and I'm going to use this to create two universes today. In addition, I'm going to be using a few of my acrylic paints over here, and I'm also using regular acrylic paints to create the initial part of the painting. Now, the interesting part about this is we're gonna create these universes with these circles, but we're gonna turn them into a bicycle because I want to call this the universe ride. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there are a lot of paintings and pictures out there that capture the earth from the top. So I wanted to create something that would simulate it. And so for that, I'm going to use a couple of these high rises over here that I want to have in my city. And I'm literally just creating them into these box-like buildings. Remember, as you're going around the perimeter, to curve the edges of your building, because if you're looking on top, the edges will simulate that curve. You can be as detailed as you like about this, or it's not detailed. It's entirely up to you how you guys decide to do these buildings. But I wanted mine to stem from the center. So I kind of really want this dynamic look for my buildings. And I want all of them to simulate that and to create this amazing little universe. Well, let's dive right in. I'm just using a water cup, my acrylics, and a paper towel to wipe off my brush. For the brushes, I am using 4 types of brushes. I'm using a slanted brush, a smaller square brush, a larger square brush, and just a thin brush, number 3. So I'll put these in the descriptions below if you guys would like to purchase these. I don't use a whole lot of brushes for my painting. I usually stick with 2 or 3 per painting, and I do have my favorites, but for a lot of detailed painting, I do like to use smaller brushes. For larger body and background of my pictures, I use a larger brush. So it really just varies from one to another. All right. On here we have a deep blue. This isn't black. I don't like to use black for my paintings at all. I have a cerulean blue, white, primary red, off-white, terracotta color, yellow, and brown. And this looks like sepia brown. I think it was a sepia brown. So I'm mixing white with this deep blue, and it makes a nice bluish gray color. So it would be perfect to use for some of these buildings. As you may have noticed, as you go out towards the outside of these circular universes, they get lighter. So what you want to do is, if you're using the tapping technique, you want to add white to it and just go over and make those areas lighter. Hi guys, I apologize, but the original video that I started apparently shut off too early because my phone died, so I didn't realize that, and I actually created a lot of this painting that didn't get captured on the first part. So this is where I'm at now, just so y'all can see, and we are finishing the universes and the bicycle above them. I added two people that are like small people from my Little Man series that I wanted to incorporate in here to make it a little bit more whimsical and fun. And over on this side, on both sides, actually, I did some flow acrylics. And in some of my other videos, I will show you how to do the flow acrylics on the sides. And this one, I apologize, we weren't able to capture it on video. So we're just gonna spend a few minutes putting the finishing touches, and I'm gonna show you what this is gonna look like. Now guys, remember that anytime you're gonna do acrylic flow, you really want to make sure that you cover it with either resin or clear coat paint. I do a mixture sometimes, I do one, sometimes I do the other, but I always protect it with something, because when you're doing your paintings on random surfaces that aren't acrylic, that aren't canvas, you may have the paint scratching off the surface. So you really want to protect it with something. That's it for today's lesson. This is our final piece. If you guys liked the video, please subscribe below to my channel for more innovative and creative videos, and I will see you next time. Thanks for joining.